You can make a good game, get good reviews from critics and audiences, and it won't be enough. It needs to sell too, and unfortunately, Hi-Fi Rush was not a big seller. Heard a lot of great things about that game, but it didn't bring in the bucks, and unfortunately, Tango Gameworks is going to be shut down amidst the Xbox shuffle that's going on right now. A lot of studios getting the axe. It's not just going on with Microsoft, though. Sony's going through similar things, just not as badly. Square Enix, I mean, I've already covered that over the past 2 days. That's a crazy show going on right now. They're about to bring the knife down on people there. Video games just aren't making money. I mean, they're making money, but it's not enough. These games are extremely expensive, and we're getting to the point where, if you make a AAA game, it's do or die. And because of that, studios are looking for more ways that they can. Have you ever seen those cartoons where they'll pick the person up and turn them upside down and shake them so all the change falls out of their pocket? Like milking them is another term. Well, EA, always on the front lines of how the hell do we get as much money as possible out of someone. They're working on a new prototype in-game service for advertisements. So imagine playing some Madden football, and all of a sudden, when you got the ball in your hand, you're about to throw it, you notice there's a McDonald's advertisement on the football, just as McDonald's, or maybe the jerseys have tags on them, or when they go to the Jumbotron, it says brought to you by Burger King. I don't know what they're going to do, but publishers have been trying to do this for a minute, and it's always pushed back because gamers don't want this. There's nothing that breaks the immersion for me more than seeing something like that in a game. I don't think I'm the only one that feels that way. EA is going to get a lot of shit for this, but there's a reason that EA is won worst company in the world awards. That's happened before, and it was really funny when it happened. Here's an example of that. This is a very old article. It's like 11 years old, but I just want to show you that that's a thing that actually happened more than once. EA voted worst company in America again. And, there are some terrible companies out there, but it just shows you how vocal, gamers can be. Gamers don't take shit laying down. Compared to every other hobby, gamers are vocal, and they'll organize real fast. And you see it in things like this. You've seen it with Stellar Blade. Recently, Mark Kern, Grums on Twitter, put that Stellar Blade petition out there at change.org. Last time I checked, it was getting close to 90,000 subscribers. Look at what happened with Helldivers. The whole movement there brought Sony to its knees. So gamers are not people to be messed with. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if this goes into full effect. They've got people working on it. And I want to tell you, it's not just EA that's working on shit like this, but EA must be close to some kind of breakthrough for them to be talking about it so much right now. So EA is prototyping in-game ads even as we speak. Electronic Arts has a long, storied history of trying to wring more money out of gamers after they purchased a game. Now it appears the company's hard at work on its next generation of in-game ads. And here's what he said on that. By the way, I like that first part. I have to give him compliments on that first paragraph because it's true. EA does have a long history of trying to wring more money out of gamers. So they're actually doing a good job there with that coverage. So here's what they said. Well, at least CEO Andrew Wilson said. We have teams internally in the company right now looking at how do we do very thoughtful implementations inside of our game experiences, said Wilson. Oh, thoughtful gaming ads. Yeah. Well, oh, wow. Thank you. You're not going to be able to pull it off. Wait till they run this out. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they did it, but the 2K guys, I'm pretty sure, were putting that shit in their 2K basketball game, and I think that got massive backlash. I've already bought the game. I don't want to see a bunch of fucking commercials, and I don't think I'm the only one. It's not going to go over very well. But apparently this is still on the early front, and that EA has repeatedly said they need to be very thoughtful and suggest that the bigger ad opportunity is beyond the bounds of games, outside of a game itself. As we start to build community and harness the power of community beyond the bounds of our games, how do we think about advertising as a growth driver in those types of experiences? All right. We'll see how you manage to pull that off. But, I don't know where gaming goes. Mark Kern has called the future of AAA gaming a bloodbath, and I don't think he's wrong. You're seeing a lot of studios fold, get absorbed into other ones, layoffs, cuts. PlayStation 5 sales didn't meet expectations for Sony. I know we're talking about Xbox a lot. Sony's not happy with their PlayStation 5 sales either. The only person that's honestly sitting pretty is Nintendo. Well, company. The only company really sitting pretty is Nintendo. And they're probably not even happy. So it's going to be really interesting as time goes on to see where this goes and what happens. But I can tell you right now, throwing a bunch of ads into a game is going to do nothing but piss people off. I don't know how you do that in a thoughtful manner, because no matter what you do, nobody wants to see it. I hate commercials. Everybody hates commercials. Nobody likes to sit down and watch those. It used to be a thing for traditional television, but with streaming, people have kind of been, they've been turned off to the commercial. They don't have to see it anymore. They don't want to see it. It's a problem. People used to be trained to sit there through commercials and watch them, but not anymore. Even if they're not watching a streaming show, half the people, when commercials come on, they're flipping through their phone. No one's watching that shit anymore. So we'll see what happens. EA, run by a bunch of dummies with a lot of money. The only reason Madden is a top seller is because it has no competition, because EA had to literally buy the rights. I remember when that happened. 2K was making a big push with their 2K football. They lowered the price down to like $20 for all the games one year to try to get them boost them in popularity, because everybody was praising them and talking about how fun they were and how much better they were than lazy Madden games. So being threatened, instead of working on Madden and making it better, they decided to just outright buy the rights to NFL football. We'll just do it that way. So, I don't know what's going on with them. Madden sells like crazy every year. Every year, people buy that same game over and over and over again. It's wild to me. I used to play those games. I would buy them every couple of years because they really are the same game over and over again. You really don't need to buy them. They could literally just do roster updates, but they want to get it. I mean, that's $60 you're leaving on the table. Fuck a roster update. Let's charge $60 for one. So EA knows all about milking gamers. Anyway, this is a disaster, and I can't wait for it to be put into games so we can laugh at it and the backfiring that EA is going to get over it. So let me know your thoughts on this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.